and welcome to our YouTube channel. Thank you so dearly for always supporting us. I really do appreciate. If today the first time you are coming across this wonderful family or you are seeing my face for the first time, I still remain Agatha Progress, bringing it to you back to back. Remember, we react to all videos and all opinion is highly needed. So just sit back and watch this video and I will be right back.
There's no place in the 14 count out of the 15 count charge where it was disclosed that our client committed an offense at the point where the venue of the offense allegedly committed was disclosed. Secondly, in compounding their case, there was no place in that 14 count charge where it was disclosed where the information, the alleged information consisting an incitement or whatever they call it, was received in Nigeria. There's no place it was disclosed in the charge they filed. However, furthermore, we've challenged the extraordinary rendition of our client who was abducted in Kenya on June 26, 2021, and consequently extraordinary rendition to Nigeria. This fact was exhaustively discussed. The fact of this extraordinary rendition was discussed in our objection. This is a very fundamental issue that we deny the court the decision to proceed with this case because the system was not allowed to benefit from their own wrong. The manner in which our client was abducted in Kenya without following the due process, without taking advantage of extradition proceedings, legally recognized under international instruments and conventions, before being brought to Nigeria, it's not an issue that we treated with levity. And unfortunately, the federal government never responded to any of those allegations. They never clarified as to where he was abducted, even in their account affidavit. They never mention of any facts as to the bottom of our allegations about.
It's 16:53.
Our application and consequently discharge and acquit our client who has committed no offense unto law, because we also of the view, going by what we have before the court today, that the evidence attached to charge, which is the lifeline, which gives the charge life, is not sufficient enough to warrant the calling of our client to enter the witness box established.
It's 16:54.
That we observe, I wish the court have been invited to look into. So, of course, during the proceedings, you hear the court mention the fact that we raise several judicial issues that will take our time to look into and address squarely. So, and if the court will find our application meritorious on the 8th of April 2022, the court will strike out the charge, discharge our client, and acquit him. Then we'll go home with him. And we're hoping that that will happen on 8th of April 2022. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. During the justice ruling for today, she made mention of returning leaders' wares, those that were denied of him during the last visitation. Although he made a comment, the justice made a comment concerning the preference of clothing. So we would want you to enlighten more on that, please.
Before now, the court made another history. His clothing should be changed before today. We personally visited, since after the last adjourned date, at least three occasions I witnessed the new clothes they were brought for him to change. But DSS never mentioned anything to me. They never told me about the reason why they're rejecting the clothes. Until today, we had it from them in court. I made strength of self to reach the director of Lego at last visit. That was last week Thursday. I was there, and eventually I spoke with him afterwards. He told me that they're going to reach. You want to discuss with the other people involved, other senior officers in the establishment, to take a decision one way or the other. But today in open court, they said it openly that they actually their practice won't allow a certain clothes with a preferred motive, that they want a plain clothes. So I wish we didn't want to drag far, because our intention is we're not in court for any form of drama. We're in court to ensure that our client is released unconditionally. So we don't want to play into the hands or play into their traps that will automatically lead to the delay of this case. So we decided to go on with the trial, with the hearing, with the application today. But hopefully by between tomorrow and Monday, we comply with the directive given by the court to get plain clothes for him. And so I would prefer us getting a clothes for him rather than for them to sew the clothes for him. So that was resolved today, and the court made this an order. So, and our client is delighted that we change his clothes soon.
That's okay. Once upon a time, the trial justice Binta Nyako had ordered that the defendant, Nnamdi Kanu, should be allowed to see his doctor, should be allowed, a comfortable room, which is free from bugs, which is free, or should I say, which is at least homely, regarding the fact that the health issue of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu begun to deteriorate upon a time we have overheard that he developed ulcer. So what do you have to tell us about that? Has there been any improvement based on that, on the fundamental human right?
There are kind of some element of compliance with the directive given by court, which is called court order. So of course you witnessed our last 100 date that DSS reported about getting new mattresses for him, pillows and all whatnot. So to ensure some level of compliance with court order, because they are eventually known for flouting court orders. So they've not actually allowed his medical expert to visit him as of today. They're insisting they are using their internal medical doctors to handle his medical challenge. So on other aspects of the infraction, we have taken it up in court today. Of course, they didn't have a project of looking at what to file because last I done it, they denied access to 2 persons who were able to see him. So the clients explained to me why that was so. It's part of issues that contain our affidavit to file before the court today. So, however, we are making progress, and we, of course, in the course of this trial, a lot of distractions will be coming in, either based on their legal strategy or based on their tactics, because they can introduce anything to derail or distract what's our approach. But we are more focused in getting our clients out, and also other infractions that has to do with his non-compliance substantially with order of court. We reported the court, and we shall file from 48 before the court, and also file affidavit in support of same. So they are all before the court. They are live today in court. So the court was more concerned, of course, so you can see the court disposition and countenance. It was more concerned today on proceeding with the main application before him. So even when the saying Chief Michael Zekome, who's leading us in the matter, narrated our ordeal before this morning in the hands of the security agents, how we were delayed, how even people who are coming along with us were delayed. Nearly we have missed court proceedings today because we are trying to get clearance for them. The court actually noted them and insisted we should progress. Though towards the tail end of the proceedings, the court came back to address some of these issues, disturbing and troubling issues SIM raised. So we should be focused, and we should be mindful of the fact that what we are doing in court borders on getting our client Nnamdi Kanu released unconditionally from detention. So I wouldn't want to entertain any form of distraction arising from anywhere going forward. So that has been a decision we've taken, and so God being so kind to us, we get it done. And I can assure you substantially that by 8th of April there will be uncommon victory in court on that day. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Barrister, amid the 34 lines of affidavit filed by your team, I understand the matter of IPOB prescription and the level of being a terrorist organization was mentioned. I just want you to tell us about that matter so far, because I understand as well it has been in the appellate court for a while. Is there going to be any progress anytime soon?
Thank you so much. First of all, let me clarify this. You won't say that the judiciary is not unaware of the fact or the status of the IPOB today. They are aware that there is an appeal challenging the purported prescription of IPOB, which is pending before the Court of Appeal today. That's having been said, I will fortify this fact by telling you at this point in time that since the purported prescription of IPOB in 2017 to date, not one member of IPOB has been convicted by any court on grounds that they've been prescribed. Because at any point in time that issue is in court, we always avail the court of the process to file in Court of Appeal, because this is a subject matter before the Court of Appeal. and it's not expected. Parties are expected to maintain status quo pending the court's determination of the appeal. Just like what submission of SN today, Chief Michael Zekomi, that assuming that someone is convicted for belonging to IPOB, assuming someone is convicted, that's if you're taking the prosecution as having been sanctioned, then tomorrow the court of appeal upon the prosecution of IPOB. We'll go to the prison and bring the person back and say, please, this prosecution has been changed. The answer is no. So we have severally done it in court in Port Harcourt. I've done it, personally did it in Oka, Federal High Court, Oka, Port Harcourt, Umuahia, and named them. And the court upheld my submission to that effect, that the court cannot take further step on the charge that has to do with prosecution of IPOB, because there's an appeal against that prosecution. And let me inform the world today, and also by extension, everybody who cares to know, that this appeal has been scheduled for hearing, different hearing, on the 7th day of April 2022. So to be had a day before the ruling on our application today. So we need your prayers also, and also your support and solidarity too. So I don't think there is anything, because IPOB has no characters of a terrorist organization. Of course, the manner in which they were prescribed, obtaining a black market order at the wee hours of the night, that reference to us is indicative of the fact that due process was not followed. Because the law is very clear on the character of an organization that can be prescribed, right? So, but that wasn't complied with. So we have submitted our appeal, strongly led in law, and also before the court of appeal is coming up for hearing, definitely on 7th of April 2022. So we keep you updated as we progress. So this is why we are challenging the charge, which is count 3 of the amended 15-count charge. That is the IPOB leader and the prescribed organization said no, and that was why he pleaded not guilty to the charge. And the press didn't get it correct, because the prosecution mischievously wants to mislead the public by telling the public that Nnamdi Kanu denied being an IPOB member. He never denied being an IPOB member. What he denied, the fact is that he is not the leader or a member of a prescribed IPOB, because as far as it's concerned, IPOB is a lawful organization. Don't forget that this very court, Honorable Justice Nyako's court, ruled in 2017 that IPOB is not an unlawful organization. It's a full judgment of the court to have it today, and it's having before a court appeal. He ruled in application urging the court to strike out the charge that borders on the status of IPOB. The court in ruling said that IPOB has no character of an unlawful organization, and as such, is not an unlawful organization. So that ruling stands today. It hasn't been appealed against. Are you getting me? It hasn't been appealed against. So it's a ruling of the court which has not been appealed against. So we have built our case on facts, we have built our case on law, and we have that belief that God being on our side, we are going to succeed even in court appeal. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Again, on the 19th of January 2022, your client, Nnamdi Kanu, was on the side of winning, or should I say won a ruling or a case in the Abia High Court. And it is a case pertaining the fundamental human rights in the court of Justice Benson Anya in Umuahia. One of the rulings says that the federal government and the Nigerian army, the duo, should render an apology to Nnamdi Kanu. Another says that Nnamdi Kanu be compensated to a tune of 1 billion naira owing to what happened in his home state on the 14th of September 2017. So we want to know, hitherto, what has happened so far in that regard, please.
This is an order of court and a full judgment of the court, and that has been served on the federal government, awaiting compliance. And federal government is not above the law. They must definitely comply with the order of the court. Otherwise, certain steps will be taken to ensure compliance. That action was initiated by my colleague, Aloy Jimako. So, and the court delivered judgment on the merit, and it hasn't been appealed against. So, as of today, the federal government is still in contempt of the court's judgment orders, because these are the final orders of the court which they must obey. And I believe steps have been taken to ensure compliance, which I may not be, which may not be public here. Are with me? So steps have been taken to ensure compliance with those directives from the court. It's a full judgment of the court. So thank you.
Okay.
My word, that brings us to the end of this beautiful update. Do wait to like this video, share and subscribe. The best thing for you to do is to join this family by smashing on that red subscribe button that says subscribe, and turn on the bell icon for more latest updates. See you when I see you. From me to you, I say bye.